Would you risk everything for a mouse? Imagine you're sitting across the table from your spouse or your parents or even your best friend. They look you straight in the eye and say, I've decided to invest everything I own, my money, my savings, my career, my future. I'm going to devote my whole life to creating a cartoon mouse. What would you tell them? Most people would probably say, that's one of the worst business ideas I've ever heard. But that's exactly what Walt Disney did. Today, Mickey Mouse is recognized by billions of people around the world and helped build one of the largest entertainment companies in history. But none of that existed when Walt first had his dream. Walt Disney wasn't born into success. He grew up on a farm where work came before comfort. His family struggled financially, and as a young boy, he woke up before sunrise to deliver newspapers, often working long hours before going to school. Life wasn't glamorous. It was hard. As a young man, Walt loved drawing and storytelling, but not everyone believed in him. In fact, one newspaper editor reportedly fired him because he believed Walt lacked imagination and had no good ideas. Can you believe that? Imagine hearing that. The man who would one day redefine imagination was told he had none. Most people would have accepted that opinion. Walt didn't. He started an animation company called Laugh-O-Gram Studios. It looked promising, then it failed. The business went bankrupt. He couldn't pay his bills. He reportedly survived on very little food, slept wherever he could, and wondered how he was going to keep it going. Most people would have taken that as a sign to quit. Instead, he bought a one-way train ticket to California with little money, a suitcase full of dreams, and an unwavering belief that somehow things would work out. Even then, success didn't come quickly. He created a character named Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. The cartoons became successful finally, except there was one problem. Walt didn't own the rights to his own character. The distributor did. Not only did Walt lose Oswald, he lost most of his animation team as well. Can you imagine that? Years of work gone. His best employees gone. His biggest success gone. Many people would have walked away forever. Instead, on the train ride home, Walt began sketching another little character, a mouse. That mouse became Mickey Mouse. The rest is history. Sometimes your biggest disappointment isn't the end of your story. Sometimes it's making room for something far greater. And here's what most people never realize. Mickey Mouse didn't become an overnight success either. The first Mickey Mouse cartoons struggled to find distributors. Once again, Walt could have quit. Instead, he made another bold decision. He synchronized sound with animation for Steamboat Willie. At that time, that was considered revolutionary. The risk paid off. Audiences loved it. From the first time, Walt wasn't just following his industry, he was changing it. Then came another dream that everyone laughed at, a full-length animated movie. Critics mocked the idea. Hollywood even nicknamed it Disney's Folly. People laughed. People believed no one would ever sit through a feature-length cartoon. Friends warned him, experts doubted him, investors questioned him. Walt kept going anyway. That movie became Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It became one of the biggest box office successes of its time. Years later, he dreamed even bigger. An amusement park, unlike anything the world has ever seen. Again, people laughed and called him crazy. Again, he risked enormous amounts of money. Again, people said it wouldn't work. That park became Disneyland. Today, millions of families visit Disney parks everywhere, every year, because one man refused to let a criticism become his compass. Walt Disney once said, "All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them." He also said, the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. Notice something. His success wasn't built because he never failed. It was built because failure never received the final vote. Every setback forced him to become more creative. Every rejection made him more determined. Every loss prepared him for something even greater. If he had accepted being fired, there would be no Mickey Mouse. If bankruptcy had stopped him, there would be no Disney Studios. If losing Oswald had broken him, there would probably never have been Mickey Mouse. Sometimes the very thing you think is destroying your future is actually redirecting it. Think about your own dreams. Maybe it isn't a cartoon mouse. Maybe it's a business. Maybe it's a YouTube channel, a ministry, a book, a new invention, or simply becoming the person you've always wanted to be. People may not understand your vision. That's okay. They aren't living your calling. They weren't given your vision. They're evaluating tomorrow's possibilities using today's information. Don't expect everyone to believe in your dream before it exists. Walt Disney didn't ask the world for permission to dream. He simply kept building until the world could finally see what he saw all along. Don't let someone else's limited imagination become the limit on your future. Because sometimes the idea everyone laughs at today becomes the legacy everyone admires tomorrow. Give us a like, subscribe to Accomplished Coach, and win. And remember, you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.